It is Thursday night, and In the Zone Racing is bringing you live coverage of the Sim Auto Racing Association Race 1 Wraps 175 from the Las Vegas Bullring. I am Jeff By Jr., joined by Bill Tomer in the broadcast booth. And Bill, we've got 175 laps of super late model open setup racing for the Race 1 Wraps 175 tonight, part of the Sarah Super Series. This is going to be a ton of fun tonight. Really fast cars, fast drivers on a very tight bull ring.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great night. I love short track racing. That's what we have here at Las Vegas. And a big group of big field here, Jeff. 23 cars right now. Man, this is going to be really fun. These guys put on a show 2 weeks ago when we were at Milwaukee, and now they really get to stretch their, not stretch their legs, but do what they're really used to doing, short track racing here in Vegas.
Yeah, it's going to be a ton of fun. This is part of the Pierce Fleet Services Super Series, Sarah Sim Auto Racing Association, and this is part of the Jeff By Jr. Art Triple Crown Challenge. This is the first race of the 3 in that challenge, which includes the Bullring, Hickory, and North Wilkesboro. The winner of that challenge, it'll be the driver with the most points from those 3 races, will earn themselves a cool $75 bonus. We are currently in a warm-up session getting set to grid for the feature event, and the action started earlier on tonight with Alex McCollum taking the Matthew Designs Pole Award. And the way our feature lineup will line up, it is top 10 qualifiers will be inverted based on their points. So the driver with the fewest points will start on the pole, and that tonight will be Kyle Meyer. So Kyle Meyer qualifies in the top 10, goes to the front row.
You have just finishing up the last few minutes of warm-up. This one's going to be exciting. The way that they start, like you said, the way they start these cars is different. So you're not necessarily going to have the fastest guys in the front. Like Alex McCollum was your quick time, and he's going to start farther back in the field. So this should be exciting for these guys to try to move forward and see if they can get. I mean, it's such a tight field, everybody running about the same speed. So it's going to be very difficult for the guys that did qualify fastest to move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. But it is a 175 lapper. There is time to be patient, work your way forward, and try to get to the front. And of course, open setup racing, it leaves the door open. You're going to have long run setups. You're going to have short run setups. It's a matter of how the strategy plays out for what you built, and that makes things kind of interesting. It's a little different than we see in fixed setup racing, where everybody's got the same thing, and you're managing tires. You're trying to push that car all the way to the end. This you could have somebody on a long run setup that just needs a 100 lap green flag run to come to life.
Absolutely, and because they are open setups, these guys can set their cars up to do that. So if we get a long green flag run, there might be guys that actually set their car to actually gain speed at the end of the race. So we will see as we move forward, and tire conservation is going to mean something. It's just like you said, super long race, and we're going to have comers and goers. It's going to be really fun to watch all night long.
Well, Bill, with the pace laps being so short here, I think we should go ahead and start on the grid, working on tonight's feature lineup. On the pole for tonight's race, the Race 1 Wraps 175 will be the 188 of Kyle Meyer. On the outside of him, in the 0 car, it'll be Matt Rolfe.
Looks like Matt's... I honestly don't... Go ahead and go, Jeff. I don't have...
Okay. Starting third tonight in the number 8 car will be Richie Murray. On the outside of him, the number 33, it'll be Hugo Paquette. Starting 5th tonight in the number 31, it'll be Josh Cottle. On the outside of him in the number 69, it's Joe Schaefer Jr. Starting 7th tonight in the 116, it'll be Dustin Momberquette. On the outside of him in the number 60, it's Parker Traves. Starting 9th tonight in the 333 car, it's Brett Suggs. And on the outside of him, your Matthew Designs Pole Award winner. He will roll off 10th tonight, the number 1 of Alex McCollum. Starting 11th tonight will be the 6 of Spencer Dickinson. On the outside of him in the number 10 car will be Cameron Hamilton. Starting 13th tonight will be the 88 of Keith Jeffrey. Starting 14th will be the 16 of Daniel Pope. Starting 15th in the 110 car will be Jason Ricker. And on the outside of him in the number 66, it's Eric Tracy. Starting 17th tonight, the number 91 of Dylan Bates, and on his outside, starting 18th, will be the 65 or the 18 rather of Aaron Abendroth. Kyle Martinson, the number 7, will roll off 19th with Daryl Hamlin alongside him, starting 20th. Kyle Eli, Devin Landry, and Justin Laxton did not take qualifying laps, but will tag the end of the field tonight. And as I say that, I think we are missing Justin Laxton. So I don't think Laxton is here. Not going to take part in tonight's race.
Wow, so just deciding to skip out. So we get to get ready to take this green flag. Like you said, Jeff, we had to run through that lineup pretty quickly because we have lights out on the pace car one more time around, and they'll take the green.
Absolutely. Shout out to Jeff Bice Sr. in the chat, cheering for Brett Suggs. Sent us 50 stars. Thank you so much for that. That is much appreciated. Remember, if you're hanging out on the Facebook chat, like and share the stream. Leave us a comment. Let us know who you're cheering for tonight. But, Bill, we are set to go green flag racing. Kyle Meyer, Matt Rolfe on the front row.
Meyer waiting. He'll get on the loud pedal. He'll get a nice jump on Rolfe. Right behind them, Richie Murray's going to try to get to the inside of Rolfe. That'll be a battle for second.
Great battle for second already. Richie Murray trying to move forward. He's bringing the 31 to Josh Cottle. Cottle won the last race of the Super Series at Milwaukee 2 weeks ago. Behind him, his teammate Dustin Monberquette is trying to move forward as issues for Matt Rolfe. He is stuck on the outside and just can't find a place in line.
At 69, got bumped up high. I think he's actually done. I think he pulled off the racetrack. That brought out a yellow.
Yeah, caution.
It was Joe Schaefer Jr. that had the issue.
Yeah, I believe Joe said he had some kind of issue, had to pull up out of the way and turn something off.
Take a look if we can see what happened to Joe here as he went into the corner. All of a sudden just, well, that's not quite, just went up high all of a sudden. Like you said, I think he just kind of moved out of the way. There it is there, just kind of wiggles and pulls up high, stops on the racetrack, brings out our first yellow of the evening.
So I had to go back to see if I could get the radio of what Joe said. He came back over the radio, said his headset turned off, so he had to get that turned back on is what happened.
Seems unnecessary to me. I think I would have waited. Unfortunately, I think I would have waited till the first caution, but Joe decided to do. Maybe it's because he can't hear anything. You know, like if everything's in his ears, no engine sound, anything.
Yeah, that would be very difficult to drive with.
I still think I would have tried to hang in there until we got a yellow, but drops to the back of the field in the 69 car.
Well, that is the first caution for the Race 1 Wraps 175, and Race 1 Wraps is a full-service design entity specializing in full-color wraps, vinyl lettering, and apparel printing and distribution. You can visit them at race1wraps.com for more information, and thank you to them for sponsoring this race, and of course everybody that's part of this series, Pierce Fleet Services Super Series. Shout out to Julie hanging out in the chat, cheering for Brett. I assume that's Brett Suggs. As the field is doubled up, we still got pace lights on, so one more lap around, and we should get the one to go next time by. You're new to the Sim Auto Racing Association, like we are. We're broadcasting just the second race for us, but this is a no tire league, so they must run 175 laps on the tires that they started with. And here we go. Pace laps will count as we are working lap 7 here, ready to go back to green. Kyle Meyer and Richie Murray on the front row. Kyle Meyer shot out of a cannon. He is back to the lead. Here comes Cottle. He's looking for second.
Josh Cottle up the inside of Richie Murray will make the move there. Here comes Dustin Monberquette, the 16 to the inside. He'll try to make the move on Murray as well. Murray caught on the outside. Here comes Matt Rolfe in the 0.
Murray able to slot down in front of Matt Rolfe. Rolfe now on the inside, working in 5th position. Brett Suggs now caught on the outside as Hugo Paquette in the 33 coming forward on the inside line. He's got Alex McCollum in the 1 car, your quick qualifier right behind him.
That's the blue 33, Jeff, as he battles with the 333, which you could also get confused by. 2 33s out there. The blue 33 is Hugo Paquette. Right to the outside of him is Brett Suggs. Right behind them, Alex McCollum in the 1.
Matt Rolfe making a move on Richie Murray, going for the 4th spot as Murray's up the racetrack. Matt Rolfe trying to take that 4th spot back.
Matt Rolfe making moves in that Sarah car. Machine at 0. There's Hugo Paquette up to the inside of it. Richie Murray as well. They'll battle down the back straightaway. Looks like Hugo's going to take that spot. Here comes Alex McCollum. Thinks about 3 wide into 3. That makes Hugo and Richie Murray make contact. Now we're 3 wide off of 4.
Oh, that was a bold move from Alex McCollum, but Hugo Paquette gave him the lane, and now Hugo Paquette has fallen through the field. He ended up 3 wide, and now has sailed all the way back to about the 8th position with Brett Suggs trying to get around him. Here comes the 60 of Parker Traves, who we haven't really talked about tonight. 2-time winner in this series this season. He is following Alex McCollum, another 2-time winner right in front of him.
Here comes Brett Suggs up the inside of Richie Murray. Made contact with him into 3. Had to check up. That's going to check up the field.
And while we were watching all that battling up front, we kind of missed Josh Cottle getting around Kyle Meyer and taking the race lead. And just like he did 2 weeks ago where he dominated at Milwaukee, he is back out front, and that 31 car set and sail on his teammate Dustin Monberquet.
Spencer Dickinson in the 6 just moved up in position. He's up to 9. Moved Hugo Paquette all the way back to 10th after the contact with Richie Murray. Here comes Alex McCollum up the inside of Matt Rolfe. That's a battle for the 4th position.
Alex McCollum looking for that 4th spot. Parker Traves trying to get there before Rolfe gets in line, and Rolfe's actually going to stay up to the top side. I think he realizes some of these guys are a little faster than him right now. Just going to let these cars go, try to fall in line. So Parker Traves up to the 5th spot. Keith Jeffrey on the move in the 72 machine. He's got the 88. Or actually, that's the 88 to keep Jeffrey up the racetrack. The 72 is Jason Ricker.
Cameron Hamilton's going to go by Keith Jeffrey in the 88. Cameron Hamilton in the 10. Kyle Eli's making moves. He was just able to make a move on Eric Tracy. That's going to bring Devin Landry with him. They're battling right around the top 15.
Bill, I don't know if you noticed, but Jason Ricker is driving that Ryan Kuhn number 72.
I did see that.
Yeah, that's because Ryan is not here tonight. He's 2nd in points, and he's going to have a fill-in driver here with Jason Ricker driving for him, running in the 12th position right now.
Ricker doing a nice job right now, running at 12th. That's quite a backup driver, huh, Jeff? Running in the top 12 right now?
Absolutely. Dylan Bates putting some pressure on his teammate, Eric Tracy. They had just moved around the 40 at Devin Landry, and now up into the 16th and 17th positions, those team cars in the 66 and the 91. Landry sideways off turn 4. Big moment there is like Daryl Hamlin had to take evasive action. He's going to lose a spot to the 18 or the 15 car of Aaron Abendroth.
Yeah, it looks like Landry's struggling just a little bit. You see the 15 car there, Aaron Abendroth, Daryl Hamlin in the 7. And there's a big gap back. Actually, Joe Schaefer, he's 19 laps down.
Kyle Meyer moves up out of the way for Alex McCollum. So McCollum up to the 4th, or actually 3rd position now. So your quick qualifier is making quick work of the field. Started 10th. He is up to 3rd now on lap 25. Brett Suggs trying to make a move on the 8 car. That's Richie Murray on the outside. Brett Suggs in the 333 on the bottom. He's going to bring the 6 of Spencer Dickinson with him as well and move Brett Suggs up into the 7th position. Dickinson trying to take over 8th now from Murray. Hugo Paquette is there as well. So again, once you get up the racetrack, get out of that preferred groove, it's hard to really hold on.
Yeah, we like to call that the sucker hole. Once you get off the bottom here at the Bullring, there is just no fighting back. There is no top side here at this short track. So you saw Richie Murray get up off the bottom and was just not able to defend those other cars. And as soon as they get lined up, Jeff, if there's no gap there, you're just going to go backwards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we got a spinner in turn 1. Kyle Meyer is around.
Meyer was running in the
turn
4th
2.
position, and now is turned around backwards. That's going to bring out the caution on lap 29. Just our second yellow of the race, and I just got a quick look at the replay there, and I'm thinking that was an all by myself moment there for Kyle Meyer.
Uh-oh. There's a song for that.
And I'm going to let you sing it.
No, I'm not going to sing it. Oh, yeah, just gets into turn 1. Car's a little bit loose on him there. Good job by all of the drivers missing the 188 as he was stopped off of turn 2.
Yeah, Parker Traves had to really check up hard there to avoid Kyle Meyer, who was sitting right in the middle of the racetrack. And luckily for Meyer, it was just a single car spin, no contact, no damage to speak of on the 188.
Like you said, really good job by Parker Traves.
Shout out to Zach Onen cheering on Hugo Paquette tonight.
Super Zach.
Super Zach hanging out. He had a fantastic run this week at Martinsville in our fixed setup races at ITZR. So Josh Cottle still leads this one under caution. Dustin Mombercat, Alex McCollum, Parker Traves, Matt Rolfe, your top 5. Brett Suggs runs 6th. Spencer Dickinson 7th. Hugo Paquette 8th. Richie Murray 9th. Daniel Pope 10th. Jason Ricker, Cameron Hamilton, Keith Jeffrey, Kyle Eli, and Dylan Bates, your top 15. And I believe we've only lost one car. That's Joe Schaefer, who is still sitting on pit road. He's 26 laps down, has not taken back to the track since his first incident there, that first caution. And so we got 21 cars left on the lead lap. That'll be Kyle Meyer in the 21st position. Remember, if you're hanging out on Facebook with us, like and share this stream. Let your friends know we got some Thursday night racing coming at you. Still long ways to go in this one. Just 33 laps into this 175 lapper. The race one wraps 175. Part of the Pierce Trailer Service Thursday night Super Series.
Josh Cottle currently doing what he did last week at Milwaukee. So he's been out front for most of this race. There's a car stalking him right now on the bottom line. That one of McCollum has been very fast making his way through the field.
Absolutely. Alex McCollum flew through the field quickly, and we are back to green flag racing. Cottle, Mombercat on that front row. Those are teammates in the 31 and the 116, and Josh Cottle trying to move forward and clear that 16 of Dustin Mombercat. Here comes Alex McCollum. He's going to take second. Parker Traves is down there trying to take third as well from Mombercat.
Mombercat able to shut the door on Parker Traves. Traves back to 4th. There's a battle for 5th raging right now as you've got Matt Rolfe and Brett Suggs side by side. And I said it, I've not seen a car try to defend the outside at all, but Suggs doing the best that he possibly can.
Rolfe and Suggs side by side for the 5th position. And neither given an inch here. Suggs down right on the right front fender of the 0 car, and behind him, Spencer Dickinson. He's just trying to see what lane is going to go. He's kind of stuck in line behind these two, racing side by side.
And a big group of cars even farther back. These guys kind of checking up the field a little bit as they are side by side racing right now, which is great. We love it. But at the same time, every car behind him is running single file, and they're a little bit faster. So everybody knows to tail really tight right now.
Well, you saw how it just stacked up right there. Dickinson had to check up for the cars in front of him. Hugo Paquette got a shot from the 8 machine, and everybody kind of stacked up behind them. I saw the 10 car taking a peek underneath the 88, and Keith Jeffrey was not able to get there in time. Now Hugo Paquette's going to go around Brett Suggs, and Paquette's going to take a look under Dickinson now.
Richie Murray also making the move on Brett Suggs. Here comes Paquette. He's going to look for the 6th spot as Dickinson is up the racetrack in the 6th. Paquette going to take that 6th spot. Spencer Dickinson to 7th. Here comes Richie Murray in the 8th.
Well, Bill, Alex McCollum has reeled in Josh Cottle at the front. He is now all over the back bumper of that 31 machine, and Alex McCollum wasted no time getting to the front, and these top 2 have kind of walked away as the caution waves here on lap 43. Eric Tracy is around in the middle of 3 and 4.
See what we get from Eric Tracy here as we watch him go down the back straight. We actually caught the wall and then gets hit by Devin Landry.
Yeah, Devin Landry took credit for that. He immediately said, hey, that was my fault. But, the 66 got into the wall, did not get a great entry into the corner, was a little slow on entry. And, credit to Devin for standing up and saying, hey, that was my fault. But I'm not sure it was entirely his fault there.
Yeah. That one, saw Eric Tracy get into that outside wall, slowed him down. Landry went to the inside and definitely made contact, though.
Well, the 40 car going to claim that caution. He's going to go to the rear of the field and restart back at the end in lap 45. And still plenty of time to get back to the front. To your running order, Josh Cottle, Alex McCollum, Dustin Marquette, Parker Traves, Matt Rolfe, still your top 5. Hugo Paquette running 6, Richie Murray 7th, Spencer Dickinson 8th, Jason Ricker 9th, Brett Suggs running 10th, Daniel Pope 11th, Keith Jeffrey, Cameron Hamilton, Dylan Bates, and Kyle Eli, your top 15. Devin Landry going to take a penalty to go to the rear of the field. That'll put Kyle Meyer up to 17th, followed by Kyle Martinson, Aaron Avendroth, Daryl Hamlin, and Eric Tracy. Your 21 cars still running in this one.
Jeff, as we watch these guys circulate under caution, remember these guys also running for the Clean Driver Award presented by International Short Track Association. So if you can keep your nose clean all night long. That's important, right? I think that's one of the best things, one of the best awards you can give is a Clean Driver Award.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good one to win, just because it kind of tells everybody, hey, I'm fast enough to be in this series, and I can do it without running into people, and that's not very many people can say that. There's kind of a situation on short track iRacing where it's there's a lot of contact being made lately, and
absolutely,
and so to have a group of guys like this that can race this hard and this close without running into each other is pretty spectacular. As Josh Cottle, Alex McCollum going to take us green flag racing once again. This time Cottle back on the loud pedal. Alex McCollum's going to be hung on the outside though, and we'll see if McCollum's able to do anything here on the outside line.
Well, he'll have Momberket there in the 16. Now will Momberket let him in, or is he going to try to get by the one? Momberket going to start looking. He's going to creep to the inside of the one down the front straightaway. They're going to battle down into turn number 1.
And McCollum's looking for the hole behind him, and he does. He gets in line as Matt Rolfe and Parker Traves are battling hard for that 4th position. Right now, McCollum just slots back in line. He'll be back in 3rd. If the caution comes out, he'll have an inside starting spot once again.
I love how Matt Rolfe handles this. He doesn't overdrive his car. He makes sure he doesn't make any contact with the car on the outside of him. Now, it does take him a little bit longer to work by the car on the outside, but he definitely makes sure that he's not putting that person in danger. You can see Rolfe just taking it easy, working his way by the 60 machine.
Absolutely. Parker Traves doing a fantastic job to roll the center on the top side. You not see very many people able to make passes on the outside in Las Vegas, and he's trying to do it right now. And Matt is holding tough there on the bottom, and Parker really trying to pull forward, inching forward ever so slightly every single lap. But these guys behind them, they're just watching the top 3 drive away right now. I've got to think if you're Richie Murray right now in the 8 car behind this battle, you're just thinking, somebody settle it. Somebody go.
Well, it's early. It's only 54 laps in. He's running in a good position right now in the 6th spot. He's just waiting for somebody to clear. I think he's just waiting on the bottom, waiting for Rolfe to go. And now Rolfe is able to clear. Here comes Richie Murray on the 8th. He's going to try to take 5th from Traves.
Yeah, and if you're Parker Traves, you're looking for a yellow or you're looking for a hole to fall back in line. And right now he's got one back to the 72. The 72 is under pressure from Daniel Pope in the 16 machine. That's Jason Ricker driving for Ryan Kuhn tonight in the number 72 car.
Doing a job, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Running in the 7th position right now. And Again, Murray and Parker Trey still battling side by side in front of them for 6th. Alex McCollum is back on the move as well. He has gotten around Dustin Marquette and starting to reel in Josh Cottle once again.
Cottle still out front in the 31. Here comes Alex McCollum starting to close that gap. He's within 3/10 of the 31 driver. And they're actually putting a little bit of a gap on Marquette.
That battle around Parker Trey just kind of settled itself. Trey fell back into the 6th position in front of Jason Ricker. Behind them, Kyle Eli in the 21 machine is having a fun battle with the 110 of Cameron Hamilton.
Well, Hamilton loses that battle, and here comes Spencer Dickinson to the inside. Dickinson making his way back forward. He's now going to try to take the 11th spot away from Cameron Hamilton.
Behind them, Hugo Paquette, who started 4th tonight, has been shuffled to the back of the field. He's trying to work his way forward back into the top 10 as he makes the move on Cameron Hamilton now. Trouble for the 8 car. Richie Murray got a little tap there in the middle, coming off 4. He got really sideways, and now he is falling through the field. Is Kyle Eli going to slip by him now, try to take over the 9th position?
Side by side through 3 and 4, and there goes Kyle Eli by. Here comes Spencer Dickinson as he's going to try to walk through that door as well. Richie Murray still stuck on the high side up the racetrack.
Murray was running about the 5th position, and something happened there to the 8 car that got him shuffled out of line. Now he's back to 10th, and he's got the 33 of Hugo Paquette now coming up the inside, trying to take one more spot away.
Paquette's going to grab that spot away from Richie Murray. Cameron Hamilton, boy, he was in damage control there, Jeff. He was stuck on the outside, finally fell back in line. He fell all the way back to 17th behind Keith Jeffrey.
Well, Alex McCollum has reeled in Josh Cottle, and he is starting to show his nose there underneath the 31 a bit. And Josh Cottle now looks in the mirror, and all he can see is Alex McCollum's car right in his mirror. And Alex really starting to put the pressure here for the race lead. Lap 67 of this 175 lapper. Cottle still out front, but that one machine, your quick qualifier, 2-time winner, and your series points leader right behind Cottle. And Alex McCollum is looking very, very strong early on. And like we said, there could be comers and goers throughout the night. It depends on how these cars are set up, whether they're set up for the long run or short run. But Bill, I got to tell you, in these first 69 laps, Alex McCollum looks like he might have the fastest car out there.
Absolutely, he looks like he has the fastest car. He is all over Josh Cottle once again. He is right on the back bumper, the number 31. Cottle doing a great job just running his line just like he did last week.
Caution waves. Trouble might have come on the front straightaway.
Not seeing any cars in any trouble. Maybe Cameron Hamilton?
Going back to take a look here to see what might have happened. And I haven't heard anybody claim anything either. That's the interesting part.
As soon as we find it, folks, we will take a look, but we don't see.
I think this is going to be a situation where they're a little premature.
We have yet to find a car that was sideways.
And nobody's taking credit for this caution either.
Yeah, I don't see anything. Oh, I do. It's very possibly. The only one I see is contact is Brett Suggs and Daniel Pope. Let's take a look at that really quick. Or maybe they didn't make any contact. There's the caution, so I don't know.
Yeah, I've gone back to the point of caution, and I do not see anything. So perhaps a debris caution?
Yeah, we got a debris caution.
Well, I know the admins here are going to be looking at that caution and going, nobody claimed it. We got to figure out what happened. Yeah. So best of luck to you guys. I didn't see anything.
That makes it very difficult on us, doesn't it? We're trying to figure out what happened.
Can't tell you, during that green flag run, Devin Landry had some kind of connection issue, has dropped from the race, so only 20 cars still competing in this one. That and all 20 are still on the lead lap. It looks like Devin Landry will finish 21st tonight. Joe Schaefer 22nd. Bill, while we got a chance, we should talk about Pierce Fleet Service. Pierce Fleet Service is committed to serving all of your repair and maintenance needs of over-the-road semi-trucks and trailers. They are located in Weldon, North Carolina, and Pierce Fleet Service has over 80 years of combined mechanic experience and has an extensive parts inventory and supplier network servicing all major brands of trailers. Visit piercefleet.com for more information. As pace car lights are off, and Josh Cottle, Alex McCollum back on that front row, going to send us green flag racing once again. $75 down, 100 to go when they cross the start-finish line. Josh Cottle, Alex McCollum, Dustin Marquette, Parker Traves, and Cottle got a fantastic restart. McCollum not going to be able to get to the bottom just yet. Now he does. Parker Traves gets shuffled up the racetrack. We got Spencer Dickinson up the racetrack as they're 3 wide down the back straightaway.
Chaos on the back straight. I saw Dylan Bates made contact with Richie Murray. But you can see all the cars just shuffling right now as they all try to find their way in line. Parker Traves on the outside of Matt Rolfe once again.
Yeah, that was a wild restart there. As still 100 laps to go, but everybody saw an opportunity to gain some spots, and things got really shuffled up there as Hugo Paquette is on the move underneath the 72 car, Jason Ricker. This is a battle for the 8th position. Hugo Paquette had it last time by. Ricker trying to maintain that outside as now Parker Traves has kind of done the over-under onto Matt Rolfe, and that is a battle for the 4th spot.
Parker Traves now to the bottom of Rolfe. That, like you said, that was a flip-flop as Traves was on the outside. Now he's to the bottom. It looked like he did a crossover. Here comes Daniel Pope. Daniel Pope did not have the qualifying effort that he was looking for, but he has moved all the way up to the 5th spot. As how now he's going to make a move on Rolfe.
Yeah, Pope started 14th tonight. Now he's moved up to the 5th spot as Matt Rolfe is kind of stuck on the outside. That's Kyle Eli in the 21 machine. He's going to go by Rolfe now for the 7th position. Actually, make that 6th position. Hugo Paquette going to go by Rolfe. That moves him up to the 7th spot. Dylan Bates is there to the inside. Rolfe just has nowhere to get down.
Yeah, Rolfe in that sucker hole as he's on the outside, and it's not the fast way around, and all the fast cars on the bottom. That is the line they want to be in. They're going to go by the 0 cars. He is trying to find his way down, but there's just nowhere to go.
Caution is out, and I think it might have been involving the 07 and possibly the 8 of Richie Murray. Murray went around in turns 1 and 2. And Richie Murray started 3rd tonight, and he had fallen all the way back to about the 17th, 18th position.
Bit of a checkup there as they went down into turn number 1, but I think Kyle Martinson just gets into the back of the 8 car.
Yeah, Kyle got down kind of a little low on the racetrack. He's over the curbs there, gets down too deep into the corner, tags the 8 car, and Richie Murray goes around again. He started 3rd tonight, and it's been pretty tough sledding since the drop of the green flag for the 8.
Not a ton of damage on Richie Murray's car. Hopefully he'll be able to rally.
Kyle Martinson going to go to the rear of the field for that contact, so drop the 07 back into the 20th position. So, Bill, under this caution, we should probably talk about, for the people unfamiliar with what the Sim Auto Racing Association is, we should kind of elaborate a little bit on, how big of a league and series this actually is. I mean, this is pretty much the premier short track open setup league on iRacing.
Absolutely. This is the open, we'll call it open super late model setup league on iRacing. There are so many drivers that want to get into this super series. It is incredible. The season starts out with about 100 drivers in what they call their contender series that runs on Wednesday nights, every other Wednesday. And those 100 drivers are just competing to try to get into this series. This is an invite only series. So it is extremely difficult to even get here. And these are the best of the best, Jeff. The best setup builders, the best drivers.
Yeah, absolutely. This series runs every other week, and the in between weeks, the Contender Series runs on those Wednesday nights, and that gives the chance for the setup builders to kind of see their setup in action here, and then they're going to make adjustments before next Wednesday, before the Contender guys run these same setups and their effort to try to make it into this series. And of course, they run on Mondays and Tuesdays as well, with the dirt night on Monday. His pace car is off the racetrack. Josh Cottle, Alex McCullum, Mom Burkett, Parker Trave, still your top 4. Daniel Pope now up to the 5th spot. Cottle's back on the gas, and look at that. Mom Burkett is right to the back bumper of the 31, trying to keep that one car from getting down.
Yeah, this is going to be the move here. Is Mom Burkett not able to keep up with the 1 and the 31, so that's going to move Alex McCollum into second. He'll get to the bottom now, side by side, as we see Daniel Pope on the bottom in the 16 car. He's going to be the inside of Kyle Eli.
Yeah, Eli restarted on the outside there and has just not been able to find a line, as Hugo Paquette now is going to get to the inside of the 21 machine. They got Brett Suggs lined up back there as well in the 333, and that's a lot of threes right there lined up on the inside line.
That's right. I think that's 5 of them, Jeff. We have 5 threes.
And Eli trying to get down in line, kind of pinches the 333. He's going to get down and into the 7th position. Brett Suggs now 8th, Dylan Bates 9th. And look at that, the 88, Keith Jeffrey running now in the top 10.
See Aaron Abendroth making moves in the 15. We haven't talked much about Aaron all night long, but he's doing a nice job. He's moved up to 11th. See Matt Rolfe, he was running the top 5 all night. He's stuck on the outside of after this restart. He's falling backwards. Move him back to 13th, and now the 72 is around. That's Jason Ricker.
And Richie Murray as well in the 8 collected in that. And we've talked about it. Poor Richie's just not had a great night here, and his struggles continue, as I think the 72 might have chopped him a little bit there.
Come off of turn number 4 on the replay. Yep, I do think that's what happened. Not our call to make, but it does look like the 72 shades off the wall just a little bit, trying to get down to the bottom, that all valuable bottom line. He doesn't actually apex all the way out to the wall, and this 8 gets in the left rear.
Yeah, and it looks like the 72 is moving down. The 8's coming up off the corner. There's just not a gap there for the 72 to get in line. He gets turned around. Richie Murray ends up in the infield with him. And actually, it sounded like Richie's going to take credit for it. So he's going to go to the rear of the field and maybe...
Again, not our call to make, Jeff.
Not our call, so... Yeah.
We see what we see. Obviously, Richie, it is a stiff penalty in this league if you don't accept a caution that you caused. I believe there's a points penalty. You get an EOL. It's violent. It is a tough penalty. So they really don't want people running into other people. And to do that, you have to claim yellows. So you want to make sure you claim yellow. If you don't claim a yellow, you get penalties after the race. So at that point, Richie's thinking, I'm already in the back. I'll claim it, go to the back, and I won't have to worry about a penalty.
Absolutely. In that situation, might as well just take it. Shout out to Rick Rube hanging out in the Facebook chat. And we were just watching Rick run a race a little bit ago. He finished 3rd in a Super Late Model Series race. And congratulations, Rick. And Rick is cheering for Parker Traves in the number 60 machine, currently running 4th. To your running order right now: Josh Cottle, Alex McCollum, Dustin Momberquette, Parker Traves, Daniel Pope, your top 5. Hugo Paquette up to the 6th spot. Kyle Eli. Now, Eli started 21st. He is up to 7th. Brett Suggs running 8th. Dylan Bates, he started 17th. He is running 9th. Keith Jeffrey from 13th to 10th. Aaron Abendroth started 18th. He is running 11th. Cameron Hamilton running 12th. Matt Rule 13th. Spencer Dickinson 14th. Eric Tracy, your top 15. Still 20 cars running and 20 on the lead lap. Look at this build. Josh Cottle took the outside line here.
This one's interesting. This one's very interesting.
Or perhaps, did Alex McCollum take the lead right before that caution? Did we miss that?
I did not see it.
Well, Alex McCollum out front, and he certainly looked like he had control of that restart.
Absolutely.
So your new leader, and that's scary for these guys behind him, because he has looked like the strongest car all night long, and Now he is out front of Cottle as the caution waves. Trouble for several cars. Richie Murray is around. Spencer Dickinson is around as well in the number 6 machine.
Rolf is caught in the 0. Figure out what happened here.
It looks like there was a stack up going into 3. Rolf got in the back of the 88 machine. Then the 66 gets in the back of Matt Rolf and turns the 0 car around.
Oh, Spencer Dickinson just smashed the outside wall. Wow, that's big contact, unfortunately, for Spencer Dickinson, as that is going to be a lot of damage on that machine. Man.
Yeah, Dickinson just the victim there. Matt trying to gather it up. That thing hooked back to the right, just overcorrected on him, and kind of wipes out the 6 car. Spencer Dickinson. Richie Murray was trying to take evasive action. He got collected with Daryl Hamlin in the 7 machine. That's what got the 8 car turned around. Shout out to Aaron Johnson hanging out in the Facebook chat, cheering for Daniel Pope and Parker Traves. Those drivers currently running 4th and 5th on the racetrack.
Cullen Roberts in the Sim Auto Racing Association chat says, "Let's go Kuhn." I mean Ricker. Does look like, obviously looks exactly like Ryan Kuhn's car.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Jason Ricker currently running in the 17th spot. And not really indicative of how well he ran, because he was up at 6 at one point in this race, and then got collected and something got turned around and to the rear of the field.
So yellow once again, Jeff. 103 laps down. Still have a good sizable amount of laps to go. 73, 72 laps to go in this race.
We should see the pace car lights go out this time. Out there they go, and Alex McCollum, Josh Cottle on that front row, Dustin Monmarquette, Parker Traves on the 2nd row, Daniel Pope, Hugo Paquette in the 3rd row, Kyle Eli, Brett Suggs back there in the 4th row, Dylan Bates and Aaron Abendroth will be back there in the 6th row.
McCollum going to take him around here slowly. Gets a great jump on the restart. Cottle not able to keep up, but there's a big gap to Monmarquette, so Cottle will be able to get in line. I believe they are teammates. That's probably Monmarquette cutting him a break. The battle's going to be for 3rd.
McCollum jumped out to a sizable lead already, a couple car lengths over Josh Cottle. The battle is on for the 4th spot as Parker Traves gets down in line, and trouble behind them. We got a wreck, and the caution's going to wave. It looked like Aaron Abendroth turned around off turn 4 in the 15 machine.
Aaron Abendroth, there was contact made through 3 and 4.
Yeah, I think he got a little helping hand from the 10 car, Cameron Hamilton. Hamilton just kind of rolling the outside line. I don't think he expected the 15 to not rotate as well as he didn't. And it looked like the 15 got a little tight. Just not able to get up off the corner.
Oh, man, and he piled it into the outside wall as well. Not good to be a blue car here in the last couple laps, as we saw Spencer Dickinson get into the outside wall hard the last caution, and this time Aaron Abendroth going to do the same thing. Ow. That one hurt.
Yeah, it was a pretty good hit for the 15 car. That's going to put some heavy damage there on Aaron Abendroth's machine. And Aaron was at one point in the top 10 tonight, so, you know, a lot of guys right in that top 10 have really had struggles once they get up there.
Cullen Roberts said the outside line didn't like him. Not exactly sure who he... Oh, maybe it was Jason Ricker there. That's who he was rooting for. But it could have been Aaron Abendroth, because he got ejected there from the outside line and unfortunately found the outside wall coming off turn 4.
Well, Cameron Hamilton, who was in 15th, will go to the rear of the field for that contact. So that's going to shuffle the field up once again around that 15th position. As it looks like Kyle Martinson going to move up to 15th, Spencer Dickinson 16th, Richie Murray up to the 17th spot, Daryl Hamlin 18th, Cameron Hamilton will restart 19th. Actually, make that Aaron Abendroth in 19th, Cameron Hamilton 20th. Bill, under this caution, some of the drivers were politicking a little bit. Parker Traves was saying, "Hey, can we go single file restarts since we can't seem to get any runs in?" And I give you a hint of where Parker Traves is restarting on this.
I bet you he's starting on the outside.
Yeah, absolutely. In the 4th position on the outside. The other guy that was like, "I agree, we should go single file," that was Brett Suggs, who will restart in the 8th position on the outside.
Of course they would agree, right? I mean, it's... You got to do what you can try. You got to try it, right? I just want to be able to, get into a run. And he knows he's in trouble on the outside.
Well, here we go. Alex McCollum, Josh Cottle once again, lap 111 restart, and McCollum shot out of a cannon. Again, Josh Cottle right back into the 2nd spot. Momberket and Parker Traves battling for 3rd. Looks like Momberket's going to clear the 60, and Parker Traves going to get down in line right in front of Daniel Pope, who's battling with Hugo Paquette. Trouble in 3 and 4. I saw the 91, 66 sideways, still sideways through 3 and 4.
Eric Tracy trying to find it, trying to get that car under control, sliding all over the place. Now he's able to do so. Spencer Dickinson is going to be to his outside. He fell back, lost about 5-6 positions in that exchange.
Kyle Eli trying to make a move on Hugo Paquette. Paquette still on the outside line, not able to get down, and Eli going to try to take over that 6th position from Hugo Paquette. Paquette sideways. Here comes Brett Suggs up the inside now.
Wow, Hugo Paquette got really sideways right there as he almost lost the car coming off of turn number 4. Able to get it back underneath him. He'll fall back to 8th, move Brett Suggs up to 7th.
Suggs working his way back forward. Got shuffled back on one of those previous restarts and back into the 7th position now. Field really getting single file now. Not a lot of action. That all that shuffling there kind of spread everybody out.
And not because of the restart, Jeff. It was a crazy restart. Now we've gotten single file racing. Parker Traves able to find his way into 4th, so all that lobbying for naught.
Yeah, Parker Traves running in the 4th spot behind Dustin Momberket as the top 2 have kind of gapped Momberket a little bit, and Parker Traves is bringing along his teammate, the 16 of Daniel Pope. Kyle Eli running 6th, Brett Suggs 7th, Hugo Paquette in the 8th spot, Dylan Bates 9th, and Jason Ricker back in the top 10 now in the 72 machine. He had a fantastic restart. He gained a ton of spots, and that 72 back into the top 10 for Ryan Kuhn.
Matt Rolfe just got passed by Kyle Martins, and that was a battle for 14th. Some of those drivers were running in the top of the top 10, and close to the top 5. Rolfe and Dickinson had been up there earlier, but both have found incidents in this race.
I think we're going to have a battle coming for that 3rd spot very quickly. Parker Traves is all over the 116, and to me it looks like Dustin Momberket struggling a bit in the center of the corner. That 60 machine really seems to be rolling the center nice, and he is really putting the pressure on Momberket.
Right on his back bumper. Parker Traves trying to find a way around, trying to get a run on the 16 car. Not able to do so far. Daniel Pope there as well. In the other 16, actually make that the 116, Dustin Momberket.
Yeah, and you can see Momberket having to be a little protective of the inside line, and that's costing them some time on entry. And Traves going to take a peek. Momberket shuts the door, but that 60 machine, he's able to open up his entry a little bit, and he's getting better runs off than the 116 of Momberket is.
Some issue towards the back of the field. I saw Cameron Hamilton went by Daryl Hamlin. I think Hamlin had an issue through 3 and 4. Field
really spreading out now, and I don't know if we're going to quite get to the point that Alex McCollum hits lap traffic. Only 20 cars still running in this one. Actually, make that 19 as it looks like Richie Murray has called in the night in the number 8 machine.
A lot of single file racing. Trying to find battles on the racetrack that we can show you, but right now,
well,
Dylan Bates. I was looking right at it, Jeff. We were looking at him with the camera. We saw that was going to happen. Those cars were nose to tail. Hugo Paquette going to move up the racetrack. I think he's struggling a little bit in the 33.
Yeah, it looked like going into turn 1 last time, the 33 got on the brakes and it stepped out on him. Maybe a little too much rear brake has been dialed into that car now late in this run, and it just caught him out a little bit. Got sideways. The 91 slips by, moved Dylan Bates up into the 8th position. Hugo Paquette back to 9th. And now Dylan Bates has gotten sideways off turn 2, so Hugo Paquette really coming back at the 91 now.
Keith Jeffrey and Kyle Meyer running really close together in the 88 and the 188. Meyer looking like he wants to get by, but Jeffrey running a nice line in the 88 car. Now he's going to let him go, it looks like, as he's way up the racetrack off of turn 2.
Kyle Meyer started on the pole tonight. He had a pretty strong car, self-spin, running in the 5th spot early on tonight. And he's trying to get his way back up to the top 10 as he moves into 11th. Now he's going to bring Eric Tracy with him past Keith Jeffrey. Cameron Hamilton putting the pressure on Spencer Dickinson. This is a battle for 15th on the racetrack. If you're wondering about the battle out front, Alex McCollum has made it an 0.8 of a second lead over Josh Cottle, who's got about a second over Dustin Monberquette. So your top 3 cars are spread out. The real battles don't start till about that 4th spot as Parker Traves is still working over the 116, trying to find a way past Monberquette. Still nothing working for the 60 of Parker Traves.
That's a tight battle, but Traves too equal with Monberquette. Just can't find a way to get a run. That's one of the difficulties about this racetrack. So if the guy in front of you doesn't make a huge mistake, it is really hard to get a run.
Yeah, Traves doing what he can. You can see him how much wider he's entering the corner, trying to get a run on that 16 car, or 116 car rather, and it's just not enough to be able to roll the center and get down to the bottom in front or alongside the 116. And you can see where Dustin gets tight coming off the corner. That car just doesn't quite rotate the center as well as the 60 does right now. Alex McCollum has opened up his lead to 1.2 seconds over Cottle. It looks like Cottle might be losing a little speed as well. I think even Monberquette might be closing in on Cottle.
He is towing that Parker Traves car and Daniel Pope.
Daryl Hamlin has come down pit road, and he's going to go a lap down, running in the 19th position. Issues for the 7 car.
Working lap 141. So less than 35 laps remaining in this race. Like I said, we're trying to find the best battle on the racetrack. This is the best one so far, as these 3 cars nose to tail battle for 3rd.
Yeah, and they are gaining on your 2nd place runner, Josh Cottle. Cottle has fallen 1.4 seconds behind Alex McCollum, and McCollum just put Aaron Avendroth a lap down. So right now, it's looking like the battle's going to be for about 2nd or 3rd. Alex McCollum just walking away right now. Your top 10 as they run: Alex McCollum, Josh Cottle, Dustin Monberquette, Parker Traves, Daniel Pope. Top 5, Kyle Eli 6, Brett Suggs, Dylan Bates, Hugo Paquette, and Jason Ricker running in the 10th spot.
Now Parker Traves starting to move around the racetrack. He's trying to find a better line. Aaron Avendroth out in front of these drivers. He won't hold them up at all as he goes way up the racetrack. But I see Parker Traves starting to search a little bit to see if he can do anything different to get a little bit of a run on Dustin Monberquette.
Yeah, Monberquette still running pretty good laps, and again, they are gaining slightly on the 31 of Josh Cottle, who currently runs 2nd. Alex McCollum continues to just be the fastest car on the racetrack. 1.7 seconds now, the lead for Alex McCollum.
Alex McCollum doing Alex McCollum things, Jeff.
The Dominator, right? That's what we call him.
Dominator. Having a night tonight. Had the quick time. Matthews Design's quick time award. He's just out there driving around right now. Car is good. DW would say, Jeff, he's holding a pretty wheel.
Yeah, absolutely. And you could see it early on. That car was hooked up and flying, and he made easy work of the field. Started 10th tonight after the invert, and just kind of worked his way forward. Kind of a little too easy almost. He was so fast right from the get-go, and that car is not slowed down at all on the long run.
All right, so less than 25 laps remaining in this race. Alex McCollum way out in front. He's got almost a 2-second lead over Josh Cottle.
Parker Traves still trying to get around Dustin Momberquette. Momberquette a little sideways off turn 4 that time. Opened up the door for Traves. Traves going to take a peek. Has to back out of it. And that's going to cost him a little time there.
Oh, and he gets sideways trying to get back on the throttle off turn 2. He had an odd line coming off of 2. The car slipped. Good news for him. That's his teammate there in the 16.
Kyle Eli leads a group behind them, and that's the 21 machine. He started 21st tonight, running in the 6th spot. Fantastic run for Kyle Eli. He's got Brett Suggs behind him, Hugo Paquette, Dylan Bates, and look at the 72 car is about to have some pressure as well. That's the 188 of Kyle Meyer, who started on the pole tonight. He's working his way back to the front. He's 1 spot out of the top 10.
So are you saying that he is in line for that toxic hard charger award, Kyle Eli?
Yeah, right now he is the biggest mover, Kyle Eli, in the 21 machine. Kyle Meyer putting the pressure on Jason Ricker for this 10th position. Ricker in the 72 machine looking a little tight as well, and Kyle Meyer's car really coming to life here late in this one.
Kyle Meyer, he had a good car early. Like you said, he had a little bit of a self-spin issue. That car's starting to come to him in the 188.
Well, what do we hear, Bill, about these open setups? You start them really, really loose so that they're good at the end. And sometimes you just overstep it a little bit, but, all Kyle had to do is put some laps on it. Now that car probably feels pretty good. Ricker doing everything he can to hold off the 188, and Kyle is there looking to the inside into turn 3. Ricker going to shut the door. This is the battle for 10th. Parker Traves got around Dustin Momberquette. Now Daniel Pope going to try the outside around Momberquette.
We watched that race for so long, Jeff, and we missed the pass.
Of course it happens as soon as we cut away. And now Parker Traves has really started to gap Momberquette, and Daniel Pope is going to fall back in line behind the 116. But here comes Kyle Eli. He's bringing Brett Suggs with him as well. So this group is kind of stacking back up here. Alex McCollum is out to a 2.7 second lead right now.
Yeah, he is gone. We've been watching enough of him to understand that he is the class of the field tonight, and I don't see anything that can happen to him that would cause a problem.
Kyle Eli was able to get around Jason Ricker, so move him up into the 10th position. Kyle Meyer back on the move, and Brett Suggs is really putting the pressure to Kyle Eli in the 21 machine. Kyle Eli running in the 6th spot.
And Ricker actually struggling. Actually, that was Kyle Meyer that got by Jason Ricker, so he made that move. So you got Eli up here. Is he starting to close down on that Daniel Pope, Dustin Momberquette battle?
Yeah, Pope took a shot at the outside around Momberquette, was not able to make it work, and as they were battling side by side, that let Kyle Eli and Brett Suggs close the gap, and now Momberquette sideways off turn 2 again. Here comes Daniel Pope up the inside.
This is Pope's opportunity as he's going to try to make the move, and he goes by Momberquette, put Daniel Pope into 4th. Here comes Kyle Eli in the 21. Marquette able to get back down to the bottom and close the door.
So Pope up into the 4th position. Marquette back to 5th. Eli still runs 6th with Brett Suggs. Hugo Paquette behind them running 7th and 8th. Dylan Bates just a little bit behind that group in the 9th position. Josh Cottle now 3.2 seconds behind Alex McCollum, still running 2nd. He's got Parker Traves trying to reel him in with about 6 laps to go. Without a caution, I don't think Parker's going to be able to get there.
Yeah, Parker just not quite the speed to really close down.
And Brett Suggs is going around off turn 4. Contact possibly with the 33 Hugo Paquette. Suggs spins, and we are under caution.
Wow. Take a look and see what happened to those drivers.
And I think this is going to be a situation we're going to have to explain some things to our non-sim racing friends. Yeah. So to our non-sim racing friends, that's what we call lagging out. The 333 of Brett Suggs just disappears, in trouble with his internet. And, Hugo Paquette's driving along and goes, hey, that guy's not there anymore. And then he pops back in right on his nose.
So we're going to show you what Hugo Paquette saw, just so you understand what this looks like to somebody. As he goes down the back straightaway, you will see the 333 just disappear. And he's just rolling. And then when he shows up, he's basically on his nose. It just kind of lands there. Absolutely nothing that Hugo Paquette can do there. And he didn't even try to close the gap, Jeff. I think he knew he was going to reappear. But it just caused contact.
The joys of sim racing, right?
Of course. It's not perfect.
Well, that's going to reset
things. You got to
things.
take the bad, Jeff.
Yeah, and speaking of bad, Alex McCollum did not want to see that yellow. He was gone. It was 3 seconds lead, and that has just evaporated with that caution. Josh Cottle will restart 2nd on the outside of Alex McCollum. Parker Traves now up to the 3rd spot. Daniel Pope 4th. Dustin Monberquette will restart 5th. Kyle Eli 6th. Hugo Paquette 7th. Dylan Bates 8th. Kyle Meyer will restart 9th. And Jason Ricker, with that spin from Brett Suggs, will move right back up into the 10th spot. Suggs fell back to 13th now. And I believe this is going to set us up for a green-white checkered finish. Sarah rules will be 2 green-white checkers if needed.
Well, this one's going to get exciting. We have a saying for this, Jeff.
Yeah, the price of poker, as you like to say, has gone up. And
for sure.
Alex McCollum has been so dominant all night, but you give guys a green-white checkered finish, and they're going to do whatever it takes to get around you, right?
I mean, if they can do it, if they can attempt to move, they'll make the move. The only thing you can't do is spin Alex McCollum. That is bad news for you and for him. But it is going to be interesting. Aggressive driver in the 60, Parker Traves. He's won in the series earlier this season. We've seen it all night long. Alex McCollum has been the class of the field. This could be a great restart.
Absolutely. Your points leader leads this race and is trying to extend that point lead and win another one. This would be his 3rd win of the season. Way to go, Green Flag Racing. Parker Traves got sideways off turn 4. That's going to allow Josh Cottle to maybe slip down behind Alex McCollum. McCollum clears the 31 down the back straightaway into turn 3. When they come off turn 4, Bill, they're going to see the white flag.
White flag is going to be out. Down to turn number 1, Alex McCollum going to lead the field down onto the back straightaway. The first battle on the racetrack for 4th, but here comes McCollum into 3.
Into turn 3, Cottle is not even close. Off turn 4, Alex McCollum wins the race 1 wraps 175. His 3rd win of the Pierce Auto Trailer Service Super Series. Josh Cottle going to come home 2nd. Parker Traves 3rd. Dustin Monberquette 4th. Daniel Pope comes home with a top 5. Kyle Eli 6th. Started 21st tonight. Your biggest mover. Dylan Bates finishes 7th. Hugo Paquette 8th. Kyle Meyer 9th. And Eric Tracy comes home with the top 10.
Alex McCollum doing a drift show all the way around the racetrack. Obviously a very happy driver in that number 1 car.
Yeah, what a fantastic race from Alex. I mean, we call him the Dominator, and I mean, he showed why right there. I mean, he was just so strong from the get-go, and That one machine, I mean, you could almost just tell right off the bat that, he was going to be the guy to beat tonight.
Absolutely, just a super fast car. Drove it to the front. Did he was the quick time award winner. Didn't get the starting position obviously because of how they start the field, but Alex was able to drive through the field and win this race. That's a performance you'd like to lay down here in the Super Series.
Absolutely. And Alex is going to join us now. And Alex, you're the points leader. You now have the most wins in the series. You set fast time. You drove from 10th up to the lead. I mean, that's pretty much the definition of domination, right?
I'd say so, but man, this thing was a rocket.
That's all he had to say about that, Jeff, is that it was
I
just a
guess.
rocket. So, Alex, was it great? I mean, like all night long, it didn't change. What did the car do as you went through the entire 175 laps?
Honestly, it actually got better the longer and more laps I put on the tires. So, I was kind of surprised by that, but uh, I was testing during sunset, and I'm sure most of these guys were testing during sunset, and really, I didn't really notice it was gonna turn nighttime. But honestly, I'm glad it did because this thing was a rocket at nighttime.
Well, Alex, you were out front there. You're almost 3 seconds out front of Josh Cottle, and then that caution wave to the end to set up a green white checkered. Was there a part of you that was a little concerned there? A green white checkered finish to end this thing?
Uh, Honestly, not really. I knew Josh was pretty clean, knew Park was pretty clean, so I knew I had a really good car. I just needed a really good restart, and luckily I had a good enough restart to build me a little big gap right there. But overall, I'm glad we got some green flag runs in there. That was fun to drive.
Alex, talk about who helps build the setup up there on the number one machine. Who built the rocket that you drove tonight?
It was mainly me. Most of my guys are out doing real life stuff with their late models and some other things. So, it was mainly me building this car. TR helping me a little bit, but he helped me a little bit. But damn, this thing was a rocket. That's all I gotta say is a rocket.
Well, Alex, you're leading. Your team is leading the points and the team points as well. LeDuc Matthews Racing, and you said you were pretty much on your own this week for the setup, and you guys come out just absolutely firing. Now, does this give you a baseline to start for next week?
Uh, well, kind of, but not really, because I think we go to North Wilkesboro in 2 weeks, I believe. But that's kind of like a bigger track, a little bit more banking. So,
It's
uh,
Hickory next.
oh,
Hickory.
Hickory. Okay, okay, now we might be talking. Okay, so, yeah, um, yeah. I mean, gotta do some tests, and maybe I'll throw this car on the track and see what it can do. But obviously, gonna have to change a few things. Not gonna say what I gotta change, but we gotta get the platform right.
The platform. I like how you put that. Well, Alex, let's talk about who do you want to. We talk about it over at ITZR, but here it's absolutely a team effort. You have to put the car together. You said this is mostly you, but I know there's been years of effort to put into into your platform. We'll call it right. Who do you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Yeah, I gotta thank all the boys at Leduc Matthews Racing. I just joined them this season, and it's going pretty good so far. Leading the points. Gonna try to go for a three-peat for a championship, but anything can happen. So I'm just taking these races one by one and see where it goes. But gotta thank LMR. You guys for broadcasting it. It's very cool to see you guys broadcasting over here, and it's always a blast to race with you guys on Monday nights. And now to see you guys do broadcasting over here is pretty damn cool. So gotta thank you guys. Elite Performance for everything Tyler does for me. JDR Graphics for making these schemes look pretty damn cool. But for Josh finishing second, and Parker top three. That's pretty cool. Good job to those guys.
Well, Alex, we're gonna let you go celebrate. Congratulations on the win, and just another thing that you're leading. You're now the leader in the Jeff By Jr. Art Triple Crown standings as well.
Oh yeah, we'll try to keep it rolling.
All right, Alex, congratulations.
Thank you.
Now joining us, our second place finisher, Josh Cottle. And Josh, it looked like early it was going to be a continuation of what we saw at Milwaukee with you out front, just walking away, and then Alex McCollum kind of chased you down. He got around you. Did you feel like you had anything for the one car, or was he just kind of able to set sail?
Oh, he was able to set sail. I was holding on for dear life in front of him. I was so loose, so getting tight, struggling, and I just barely could hang on. And then when he got around me, he's just like, I can't do anything here.
Josh, I always find it interesting. I mean, great run in second place, right? But I find it interesting that the guy that runs second always has that one guy that beat him, and then you're like, oh, my car was horrible, but you ran second, Josh, so it's still
Oh,
pretty darn
I'm
good.
so happy.
So what did you need from the car? What would have made it a little bit better? Just where maybe you would have had the speed to at least stay out in front of Alex.
I felt like I needed a lot more rear grip. I was just struggling. I was wheel spinning when I was trying to stay in front of Alex, and that's when he started to get like really close to me. That's definitely what I needed, but it felt really good until all the cautions and the heat cycles. It just made it a little too tight, but I feel like it was a really good car for getting second place. I'm super happy with that.
Well, we heard from Alex there that some of the guys might not have been testing for the correct nighttime and that transition. They might have been testing more an afternoon session. Do you feel like that might have been an issue for you, and did that have an effect on the setup that you brought?
I feel like it didn't because I kind of felt like in the beginning, near the end, I kind of felt like the exact same. Like I didn't really feel much different. I realized at the beginning I didn't have enough rear grip like I needed, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be a problem.
Well, Josh, this is quite a bit of momentum to be riding right now. A first and a second in the last 2 weeks. How does it feel right now? You got to be pretty excited. We started broadcasting obviously 2 weeks ago. We watched you win, and now we watch you run second. How you feeling right now about the? Alex calls it a platform that you have right now in the car.
I felt great. I think y'all are my good luck charm.
Well, I like that.
It feels it feels really good, man. I'm running with these boys up front is just like it's surreal. You wouldn't believe it, but it's been difficult, and I've been putting a lot of time in. Obviously, practice helps here, so I'm just happy with what I'm able to do right now and keep on moving forward.
Well, the last time we talked to you, we talked to you about Milwaukee and how that was so much different than the other tracks that you race in the schedule, and now we're heading to Hickory in 2 weeks. And is there anything that can carry over from what you guys have built on that will work for Hickory from the Bullring?
I believe so. You kind of Hickory's obviously a lot more bumpier, so you got to take that into account. But I feel like we found something pretty good that we're working on, and we're just gonna work off of that.
Well, like you said, it's pretty similar, but a little bit, like you said, bumpier over at Hickory. But Josh, we talk about it all the time. It takes an army over here on the open setup side to build these race cars. So who do you want to shout out? Who do you want to give thanks to tonight?
Oh, obviously, I want to thank the shop, Trevor, Barbecue, all of them for everything they've done for me. I mean, P1 or P9, P1, and P2 ever since I joined. How crazy is that? I'm very thankful for them, and obviously thankful for Glitch, BSRM, Cox Motorsports, and Rocket iRace Straps, and I'm thankful for all of them that helped me. And shout out to y'all for doing the broadcast, and sorry for doing the league.
Well, Josh, thanks for taking the time to talk with us, and congratulations, another fantastic finish. And we look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks at Hickory.
Absolutely, thank
Hey,
y'all.
go celebrate, Josh. I know you want to.
Our party.
Well, and now joining us, our third place finisher, Parker Traves. And Parker, they didn't make it easy on you. You started eighth on the outside, and it felt like most of the night you were running fourth on the outside line. What was it like on those restarts, just constantly trying to fight your way to the bottom?
It was terrible. iRacing, unfortunately, really has to do something with like either the track dynamic or fix this car because it's in a bad state right now. You can't even race each other, which is unfortunate.
Now, Parker, do you think that's some of the racetrack? Because the Bullring is kind of a bottom huggy type racetrack, and it kind of always has been. Do you think is the racetrack combined with the car, or a lot the car right now?
I think it's a lot to do with the car, like especially with the open setup stuff. There really hasn't been any side by side racing, and it's every week. If you're on the top, you're looking for a hole, or you're getting freight trained back to the back. So they just need to do something. I've contacted them about it, and hopefully they do something.
Well, Parker, we're looking forward to next week with Hickory, and we asked the other guys what they thought about, what the package that they brought tonight to Las Vegas, the setup, and how that was going to carry forward going to Hickory. Do you feel like you've got something working though?
I think we've been on the right path. Daniel Pope builds some really good setups, and we've been really fast this season. And today was a good points day for us, but I think the setups for that track to this track's gonna be a lot different. Hickory's really bumpy. This track's pretty smooth, so I think the setups will be different. But I know Daniel will be all over it, and we'll be good.
So Parker, it is a good finish though. Third place. I know you're frustrated with some of the things that were going on, but third place is something to smile about.
Oh yeah, anytime we can finish up front with these guys is good.
Absolutely. So who do you want to? You talked about Daniel Pope. We know he does, most of the setup work, and you guys work as a team very well. But who did you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Yeah, just thank Daniel for all his work. He's the best super late model setup builder on the service right now. Him, all the 16 XCI guys, my sponsors in the zone racing. Bill, thank you for that. And all you guys for doing everything you do, and Matt for everything he does at Sarah.
Well, Parker, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us. Congratulations, top 3. I know that was a tough one. You battled all night long to get that top 3, and congratulations to you. That was a fantastic run from 8th.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Well, Bill, that's gonna wrap it up for us. That was some good racing, and we've seen Vegas turn into kind of a cluster a bit, and tonight these guys were really respectful. There was some fantastic racing and really just really fabulous runs from the back to the front for many drivers.
Parker did talk. He's unhappy about not being able to race, side by side. But we did see some good racing out there. I mean, Matt Rolfe was in some battles that was really fun to watch, and there was other good stuff that we watched. I think it was a pretty exciting racing event. But like he said, there's some improvements that can be made. It's not perfect, right, Jeff? But it was a good race tonight.
Yeah, and to touch on what he's talking about, it's so hard to run the outside line here because once you get out of the groove, it's almost like you just slow way down. And what we kind of expect from the track surface is that as you're running in a certain lane over and over and over again, the lanes outside of where you're running in the rubber would start to cool off, and then the grip would move up there, and you'd be able to move up the racetrack, be a little bit faster on the top side.
Right.
They're not seeing that happen. And you do see moves where guys make moves on the outside, and with the cars just so close, everybody's so close together in time and speed, especially in a series like this. I mean, these are the top 20 guys in iRacing short track late models all racing together. It's hard to do anything if the outside groove doesn't have just a little bit of an advantage. The inside line is going to go forward because everybody's so equal, and that's just kind of what they're talking about. They're trying to figure out how do we make the outside lines a little bit better on some of these racetracks.
Absolutely. And again, next week we'll probably see some of the same, but at Hickory you've got the bumps, and the bumps can unsettle cars, and it can be, where you kind of have guys they make mistakes because the bumps kind of get them off the line and bounce them around a little bit. So next week will be a little bit more interesting. Because of course we're going to get the same type of racing, the same, single file, want to run the bottom type stuff at Hickory. But of course, like I said, with the bumps and all that, it's still going to be really exciting.
And I know they call this place the Bullring, but isn't Hickory
Truly
more of a Bullring than Vegas is?
I would say yes, because of those bumps and how crazy it is just to drive that track by yourself. It's a roller coaster.
Yeah, that is going to be a very difficult race, and 175 laps there, these guys are going to be worn out. And for everybody that isn't really into sim racing, these things do wear you out. 175 laps, especially with some of the direct drive wheels that these guys are running, it takes a lot of force to turn the wheel, and it's going to wear them out in 2 weeks on Thursday night.
Absolutely. It's going to be bounced around. It's going to be crazy. And of course, we're going to have a lot of fun broadcasting and bringing it to you.
Yeah, and that will be the Racer T's 175 from the Hickory Speedway. Another round of the Pierce Auto Trailer. I got to figure that one out. I just keep messing it up on them.
Service.
Pierce Fleet Service Super Series. I'm sorry to Pierce Fleet Service, but make sure you guys go check them out. PierceFleet.com. Check out race1racks.com as well. We can't thank them enough for all of the support that they do for sim racing, for Sarah, for all these super late model drivers. It's just been fantastic, the amount of love and support that's been coming out of the community for these big super late model races and series. And all of you people that watch every single week on Facebook, In the Zone Racing, Sarah Super Series, we cannot wait to see what the future brings. As we're getting close to a new season for both series. We coming to the end of the both series, and can't wait to see what the future holds for both of them.
Yeah, of course, it gets exciting towards the end, and we'll watch the point standings. Of course, our Monday night and Tuesday night series are going to have their final races this week, and that'll be exciting as we'll be able to crown some champions, and then we'll be doing just the Sim Auto Racing Association, the Super Series, from that point forward till the end of the season, or end of the year. And so I can't wait to see what happens with the points and the battles in this series as well.
Absolutely. So the next time you see us live, it'll be Monday and Tuesday night for the In the Zone Racing fixed setup stuff. It'll be 9 p.m. Eastern start times, and then we will be back in 2 weeks on Thursday night for the Racer Tees 175, and that'll be a 10 p.m. Eastern start time. So make sure you're following us on Facebook, follow us on our YouTube, follow us on our Twitch, and we will see you in 2 weeks.